Yeah, what's up? It's your boy Orlando, aka King Smitty. And I just want to give a shout out to all the new followers. Welcome aboard. Shout out to all the people who've been rocking with me from the beginning. Today I just wanted to take a look at the portfolio, see exactly what's been going on. It's been a very green day for me, so I'm really proud about that. You can see sitting at $1,644.29 in my YouTube portfolio. Up $53.70. That's a total of 3.38% in total for the day. And I just want to go over some technical analysis of some of the stocks that I am currently holding and the stock that I am on my watch list from a previous video, which is Disney. So let's get into it.
Are you trading yet? It's time to get in the game.
Alright everybody, so let's get into this technical analysis of everything. The first thing I want to take a look at is the S&P 500. And the reason I do the S&P 500 is it consists of the 500 largest companies, I believe, in the stock market. And a lot of these companies that are in the S&P 500 they do have a lot of room to grow, and they are more of the innovative companies. So I will be comparing myself to the S&P 500 a lot. But like I said today, my overall gain is 3.35%. And compared to the S&P 500, which is only a 0.33% gain, and the Nasdaq, which had a 1.05% gain. Okay, and so I just want to show you the S&P 500 right here. You can see that it is pushing an all-time high. I am showing the daily chart right now on all of my charts. And right here you can see, like I said, it's pushing all-time highs. You can see the correction that did happen in February. It did go down, like the whole market did. So most of these stocks that you see that I am comparing to at February 16th, you should see most of my stocks start to go down at that point, because S&P 500 is a really big exchange. Fun. So a lot of these stocks will react in the same manner, like Apple, Tesla. Both of those are actually in the S&P 500, so it would make sense for them to react the same way. And I'm going to just draw this little line right here, resistance line, uptrending resistance line. So if you wanted to buy S&P 500 index or ETF, once it pulls back a little bit, you definitely want to chase this at all. And that's one thing you don't want to do, if anything, is chase any of these stocks. Wait for them to do a pullback for you to enter in. And as you can see right here, I'm going to draw a horizontal line on here as well. This was the previous resistance, and it blew past that. It just straight shot past it. So whenever this cools down, if you want to jump into this, cool. The first stock I want to look at too is Apple. So what I have up here now is the 50-day simple moving average, the 100-day simple moving average, and the 200-day simple moving average. If you don't know what that is, you can always go to Investopedia, and they will explain it a little bit better than I will. Maybe one of my other videos in the future, I could try to go in a little detail about more terminology of things. But looking at this, I'm going to draw a horizontal line, and this is Apple, and this is the daily chart that we're looking at here. And this was, I'm going to say, the resistance right here. You can see, I pointed at the screen, but you can see the mouse on the screen. So you can see it did come a little close right here. It did touch a few times, and if you look over, it's kind of like a a resistance line in the past back in November as well. I'm gonna draw another horizontal line. I'm gonna draw that right here, and you can see that's where resistance was before, when it did try to come up from the correction. And you see February 16th on this chart, the stock dropped, just like mostly all the other charts are gonna do. So it dropped, and it really passed. Once it's past the 50-day and 100-day SMA, that was definitely an opportunity to buy, which is right here. And as you can see, there's a huge green candle, and it shot up. It broke resistance. The next day, perfect time to buy in. Of course, another perfect time to buy in, because the game is buy low, sell high, is when it did come close to this support line. That would have been a good time to buy in. So now that it did break a resistance, let me see if I can scoop this up. This stock is running, and this stock could possibly run again until it hits roughly, I'll say, $137.36. Once it hits that spot, I believe that it will reach a little bit of resistance. But if we get a lot of volume, hopefully, or if it just continues and breaks that resistance, it definitely run again, at least to 144. Shall it break 144 though? This thing could, depending on the news of what's going on, this stock could really skyrocket for a little bit. And that's what I'm saying. If this, like right now, I wouldn't buy into this stock because it is already running. And if you buy in, you'll be mad if you buy in and it hits that resistance as soon as you buy in, and then it starts to drop. So I would wait till either it hits resistance and it drops back down closer towards the support, or there is no or for me at this point. Actually, I'll probably wait till then, or just probably see, depending on your broker, see if you can buy partial shares and just dollar cost your average in. But I am holding Apple for a long run. That is one of my dividend plays, of course. And this honestly looks like it could have been like a cup and handle almost, but of course there's no handle unless it forms a handle up here. Let's see if I can get a brush going on. Unless it can kind of, what's going on here? Go like this a little bit, then that would be the cup, and that'll be the handle. And it'll probably trade like sideways for a few days, but if it does that, that is a bullish pattern, and this stock could, like I said, it could shoot, it could fly. So that's always a possibility. Let's go to my next stock, which is Tesla. And you can see on here from previous recordings, the support and resistance lines and where the chart once was, of course, before February 16th, when all the stocks dropped. And then you can see, I'm gonna draw a horizontal line on here. Right here, it was the bottom of the dip. So perfect timing to buy in would have been there, but of course nobody knows when that would have been. You don't want to catch a falling knife. So just letting that bounce and letting that come up, and you can see when it came up, the top was roughly, I want to say right here. That was the high of, that was the resistance line. And you can see it hit resistance a few times, and then it came back down. But let's go back to the S&P 500. You can see it hit resistance and it came back down. This is the S&P 500 compared to Tesla. And it came down, and now it's, first, once it came down, it had a higher low. So this is a low right here. Let me draw another horizontal line. And this is a low, but this low is higher than this low, which is still a bullish sign in a sense, because yes, it's dropping, but it's not dropping as low as it previously did. So you can still see the stock is still going in a bullish formation. I'm gonna draw a trend line. here. So if that stock was to drop back down, it could hit $639 roughly. But I don't see it. I could definitely see it coming back down to $700 to retest the bottom. I mean, to retest the resistance line. But at the same time, there's no real resistance right here. So this stock could easily shoot up to $800 and then test that even dollar resistance. A lot of stocks tend to hit resistance at even numbers like 10, 20, 100, 200. So I do see it might hit resistance at 800. But if it blows through that, this stock could run. And I really enjoy that. And if it does go, well, actually maybe not run because we do have previous resistance line, but I don't see it having too much trouble getting past these. But 860 might be another resistance if it does break that 800 line. And it almost looks like a pattern of pennant. No, a flag is forming. Almost. Put a line right there. But let's go to Disney, shall we? And this is the stock that I am looking into buying in this week. Draw that horizontal line. Cause I don't feel like I did it justice on my last video. The technical analysis, I don't know what was going on with my chart. Like I said, everything's on the daily view. Ticker symbols, I am using the Japanese candlesticks. Ticker symbol DIS for Walt Disney Company. And the high is $202. It is currently at $184, and it has dropped below the 50-day simple moving average, which is a little bad, but not too bad, honestly. I see, a horizontal line right here, and you can see this is the support line for us. You can see it hit right here on March 25th at $181. It hit right here on February 22nd for $181. It struggled to get above it, so this was once a resistance line on February 5th. It struggled to get above it. Also, January 4th, it could not get above that level. So that's, you see previous resistance, it's now becoming support. So what I'm going to do more than likely is I am going to try to wait until it does hit 181. Then I will try to enter in then. And then hopefully it does bounces off of that support line. It then goes back up like it has shown in the past. But if not, the next resistance that I would have would be, would be the 100-day SMA. Hoping that it does bounce off of that. And you can definitely see, draw a trend line. This is the top right here. And you can definitely see that trend line. So if it, as well, see once it goes to 181, that's where I would prefer to enter. But if it breaks through that resistance line on top of this orange line, then it does have a chance to run up to that $201. So as well as me trying to enter in that 181, if it closes above that orange line, I would consider buying in that next day, possibly before the run up happens. Because that definitely looks like a flag right here. You can see, I could try to draw actually. I don't want to mess up the chart, but oh well. You can see the flag shape right there. But that's what I have for my three stocks. Apple, Tesla, Disney for the technical analysis a little bit. I just kind of keep it a little simple with the simple moving averages, support resistance line, and have the volume at the bottom. You see there's not really a lot of volume for Disney. So from March 19th, there's a lot of volume and not much has happened on that day. But right here you see a lot of volume, it gapped up. So we're looking for a lot of volume as well. But that's what I have. If you stuck through it with me for this long, I appreciate you. Like I said, like and subscribe, share this video with somebody. I'm just trying to show everybody that you don't have to be no millionaire or have all kind of money to play in the stock market. You can take your time, study, do your due diligence, and make your money grow and work for you. You feel me?
Are you trading yet? It's time to get in the game.